Hello everyone, my name is Roya and today I'm going to be doing the Ultimate Book Lovers tag. I was tagged to do this by Kales from Kales Corner, and yeah, I don't remember who created this tag. As usual, I never seem to remember who created the tag, but I will leave their link down below as well. Question 1 is your top 3 favorite books. So my top 3 favorite books are the Queen's Thief series, most specifically The King of Atolia, which I don't have, but this is The Queen of Atolia, so there you go, close enough. Lord of the Rings, and Oryx and Crake by Margaret Atwood. Top 3 least favorite books. For this, I have to go with Bullet Catcher by Joaquin Lowe, Seeker by Arwen Elise Dayton, and Tiger's Curse by Colleen Hooke. None of those books made any sense at all. A popular author you love. Jennifer Fallon. A popular author you don't love. Cassandra Clare. An underrated book you think everyone should read. The Big Lie by Julie Mayhew. This is a book about if Germany had won World War II, so all of Europe is actually now Germany, and it's modern day, except all of Europe is still Germany and is still ruled by some Hitlerish person and all this craziness. It's a really weird dystopian society that is kind of speculative fiction, like it very much could have happened, etc., etc. Yeah. I love the crap out of this book. It is so weird and so creepy and just insane, and I love it so much. A series you won't finish. Acorna by Anne McCaffrey. So the whole issue is that I actually loved Acorna, the first book, but for some reason the second one was just so boring, and then I just felt like, you know, the first one could have just been a standalone. Why all the other books? It doesn't make any sense. So, the 7th question is your earliest bookish memory. So my earliest bookish memory is probably just reading with my dad and my sister, because we always used to read together when we were really little and everything. My dad used to read to us, and then we'd take turns reading and blah-de-blah-de. Like, we read Memoirs of a Book Bat together, we read some Judy Blume books together, we read this thing called Cricket in the Hearth or something, some Christmas-like book. We read A Christmas Carol. We read a lot of stuff. I don't even remember what, but we used to always read together before bedtime, so it was fun. Favorite bookish memory? Probably going to Y'all West. I met Vanessa from Paper Fairy there, and I met Jade from Bedtime Bookworm there, and it was fun, and I got lots of books, and I met Lee Bardugo, and FCE, and some other people, and all of that stuff, and it was just awesome getting to talk to people about books all day long, and that's it. Yay, books! Your favorite genre to read? Epic fantasy. Especially, like, the longer the better, basically. My least favorite genre to read is contemporary, and that doesn't mean I dislike all contemporary. I'm just very particular about contemporary, because if it's kind of just about kids in school, I don't even relate to that at all anymore, because I'm an adult who has to pay bills and whatnot. So, but there are a lot of contemporaries that I do like still, especially if they don't take place in school, or if school is a very minor part, or if they have some kind of LGBT content. I love those kinds of contemporaries and all of that, so yeah, there's that. One difficult or important book that you're proud to have read, I have to go with Bleak House by Charles Dickens. I mean, yeah, this is a 1,000-page book, and it is very dense and everything, because obviously it's an old classic book and everything that's seriously that long. I read that book in college for a paper, and we got to pick what book, and basically the assignment was just to read a book from the 19th century or something, and find a theme from it, a specific theme from it, and I was like, oh, how about I read Bleak House? And so for some reason, I decided to pick the, longest frickin' book from back then that I could possibly think of, and I actually, I read it, I came up with a really good theme from it, and I wrote a really awesome paper, but it was just kind of weird that I chose that book, because that it was that long. It was just really strange, but it was fun. And it's a good book. Favorite childhood book? I have to go with The Cat Who Went to Heaven. I don't even own this book anymore because I lost it when I was like 7 years old, but before that, I reread it so many different times. I should probably track down this book and reread it again, because this is not the first video that I've mentioned it in. Your favorite book cover? Die Magier von Montparnasse. I haven't even actually read this entire book the whole way through because it's in German and it takes me forever to read a German book for some reason, so that's weird. But this has a really, really awesome cover, and this was totally a cover buy, like, I'm not even gonna lie. Ugly book cover. I'm not gonna say this is necessarily ugly, but Water for Elephants has just this boring freaking cover. Parts of it are actually blurry and kind of pixelated. Like, whoever came up with this cover just was not being creative enough, I don't think. Like down by his foot is really blurry, and up here by the curtain is really blurry too. Like, it's just not even like a well done cover at all. It's kind of just blah. Diverse book recommendation. Equal of the Sun by Anita Amirazvani. I have to recommend a Persian book by a Persian author. I'm sorry. Like, I've talked about this book several times this year because I read this at the beginning of the year, and I just love this book. I can't just not talk about it. Basically, this is a historical fiction taking place in Iran back in the 1500s, I think, and it centers around a princess who is a lesbian and her eunuch friend who is the one telling the story, and this is just a really great book, and it's a lot of fun. Well, not really a lot of fun because it's kind of sad and all this stuff, but it is super, super good. And question 16, the final question, is why do you love to read? Because it's reading. I have no idea. I've never not read. I've never not been reading something. Ever since I was like 6 and I first started like reading, I've been an avid reader my whole life. So I just can't really picture life without reading, really. I don't know why. So I don't really have a reason for necessarily loving to read. I just do. I don't know. So I'm going to tag Cheryl from Bookish Cheryl, and I don't know who else to tag. Anyone else who would like to do this tag, you consider yourself tagged, I guess. So let me know what your top 3 favorite books are in the comments, and I will see you very soon with a new video.